What's up, all my fight fans? So, a new fight just got announced. We got Sugar Sean O'Malley versus Peter Yan. And I believe that's going to be on the undercard of the Abu Dhabi fight in October 22nd. Guys, I'm a fan of Sugar Sean. Like, I really, really like what he has done with his career so far. He is definitely a blueprint that all these young fighters that up and coming want to follow. He is a guy that came from the Contender Series, I believe, and has not fought a whole lot of names, but that did not stop him from being the star that he is today. And what I mean is, like, the blueprint that these guys should follow is that he did not wait to for opportunity to come to him. He created his own opportunities. He became a bigger following in his social media. He started doing all these different things that got him more attention. Of course, with his call outs, with his trash talks. I believe he's very popular on podcasts and such. And yeah, I see all these things that he's doing. And yeah, I don't know any other fighter that has had a more popular at a very early stage of their career than he has. Because very few fighters get that. He hasn't had a great deal of fights, and of course, like I just said, he hasn't really fought too many big names. I believe the only two names that he's really fought was Marlon Vera, which he had that. Marlon kicked his leg, had that leg kick, and then he went down. And then there's the recent fight that he had with Pedro Munoz with the eye poke. So, but yet he's still a big star. So obviously he's doing something right. And he has a decent fight style, but again, without those big popular names, be that as may, they're popular, but they are still very high contenders. There is the Dominic Cruzes, the Jose Aldos, obviously TJ Dillashaw's, Henry Cejudo's, and Aljamain Sterling, the champ. And this is not saying that he doesn't want to fight them. They're just happen to be booked at this moment. So the person that ended up being free was Peter Yan. And I gotta say, I do not like this fight for him this early, because the way those other fights went, Pedro Munoz wasn't looking that bad against Sugar Sean. Now, I'm not saying he wouldn't have won that fight either way or lost that fight, Sugar Sean. But again, Pedro Munoz and Peter Yan are way, way different fighters. These guys are just completely not even in the same level. And same thing with Marlon Vera. We saw how that fight went, and again, I can't remember exactly when the fight ended. I don't know if it was in the first or second round. Still kind of early for him, regarding these other upper opponents. Not early for Cheeto and Pedro, but now for him to go against Peter Yan, I'm just like, ooh. We seen what Peter was able to do to guys like Jose Aldo. And we saw what he was able to do to that first fight with Aljamain. And let's be honest, if Peter Yan threw just a few more kicks, a few more punches, maybe even got somehow a takedown, I believe, what was it, in that first round? I think the first round was the most controversial. Peter Yan's your champ. That's how close that fight was against Aljamain. That fight was razor close, where it came down to just who did just a little bit more than the other in that second fight with Aljamain. So, is it too much too soon for him? I gotta say yeah. Because, let's be honest, if he does this, if he wins, if he beats the former bantamweight champion, Peter Yan, there's no stopping Sean O'Malley. You're looking at the very, very new number one contender. I don't want to hear about Henry Cejudo. He just overpassed Jose Aldo, who has a fight coming up soon in August. Yeah, like anybody else who thinks they might be number one contender right now, whether even if it's Dominic Cruz, who has a fight with Chito Vera as well next month. Guys, I mean, you just beat the number one contender right now in Peter Yan. If he does, yeah, I could not deny how great Sean O'Malley is. Or if he doesn't, then it's really not that big of a deal because he still has a lot to learn. And it's still not going to stop any of his star power. As a matter of fact, I feel like it's only going to increase it that much more because you already know for Sean O'Malley, even in loss, the guy still knows how to make headlines. So win, lose, or draw, he's always going to be a star. But I promise you, if he wins, he is going to be that much of a bigger star. Good God, he's going to be that much of a bigger star. But we'll see what happens. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, subscribe, hit the notification button. I'll catch you guys in the next video.